sights to show you.
Get away from her, you bitch!
What a plonker!
I have pain.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Good evening, my sweet tortured souls, and welcome to another episode of Honey Geeky Showing. This time we are recording live from a secret cave underneath the wing of Wayne Manor at the outskirts of Gotham. We are, of course, talking about Batman tonight, and joining me, as always, is the wonderful Guy JB.
I am random.
Start with a bad one, why not?
Exactly. Hello, folks. Hello. Thanks for coming out.
Yes, thanks for joining us in this shit show we call YouTube.
Indeed.
But yes, as we said, tonight we are talking all things Batman, who originally debuted in March
1939.
March 30th, 1939. So he's only just recently passed a birthday. Yay, Batman! Happy belated birthday, you old git.
Yay.
Time to hang up the cape and cowl.
Yes, that was issue 27 of Detective Comics.
Yes, in the 27th issue. Yes, that is correct. Look at
No,
you,
nice bit.
media. Good old wiki. It's kind of what I got up here on the second screen. That's why I keep darting to the side. I'm checking my facts.
I've got it in my head.
I'm usually off by a year. I'd like to double check.
Man, that you are.
But yes, we're going to talk all things Batman. Probably do what we usually do on here. Talk about how we got into it, favorite things, favorite interpretations.
Pardon me.
We're going to have a nice little...
Sorry, I'm on Jack and Coke,
So then, seeing as it's my hosting duties tonight, I will go with the lead and talk about how I got into Batman. And Guy, you're probably going to have a very similar thing with me, and it's going to be Batman, the Adam West Batman.
The Bright Knight.
Yes, the Dayglow Knight. Yes.
Bless him.
To be fair, though, and you know, double check your facts and everything if need be, viewers. But at the time in the comic books, Batman was rather more of a campy kind of character. I say campy in the more slapstick. Joker was really just a hit him with a pie type prankster. And we have the comic book authority code to thank for that one. But that's a topic for another episode.
Yes.
But yeah, Adam West Batman, I think for its time, it did kind of do what the comics were doing to a certain extent.
Yeah, because in the early days, it was pretty dark and he was shooting motherfuckers and, with guns and bullets and tin.
Oh, yes.
So they sort of had to turn around and go, tone it down a little bit.
Well, it was more a case of there was this widespread thing. We'll talk about tangent fucking people. Here we go. Early in the episode, we're already fucking tangenting. The comic book code. Basically, what happened was a slew of horror comics and very adult graphic type comics were coming out, and comics were seen as something for the kids to read. Back in the, the 40s and the 50s, it was seen as something for the kids to read. And because all these stories were going through, people started getting the parents' rights group started getting the whole thing of it's warping our children's minds. You've got a man in a rubber suit living with a young boy. I mean, they're not wrong on that one. That one would raise some eyebrows even now.
He was his youthful ward.
Yeah, but he ran around in green pants and they had massages together. It was all very weird. But anyway... Back then, it was all very weird. But anyway, I'm getting tangented from a tangent here. We're going to go into a tangent paradox here where we're just tangenting continuously.
So they're getting massages together. Is that what with a happy ending? Or
go and read that issue. I don't know. Anyway, this I can't remember the guy's name, but this psychiatrist basically came up with this thing that comic books shouldn't show this and shouldn't show that and shouldn't show this and shouldn't show whole fucking long list of shit they could and could
Sorry.
not do. They couldn't, like, violence had to be toned right down. Homosexual overtones had to be toned right down. There was this long list of shit that the comic books company at the time had to adhere to.
Mm,
To be frank, it nearly killed a lot of the characters.
yeah,
You know, I'm surprised Batman and Joker made it through.
me too. Actually, yeah,
And
because that's a whole
tangenting
of it.
another tangent here, it was actually thanks to one of my favorite storyline authors for DC in the Saga of the Swamp Thing. It was actually Alan Moore who pushed back against the comic book code authority to the point where he would actually slip it in the final version of it. He'd do two versions. One version that would get past.
Flip it in.
Don't start with me.
Yeah.
Trying to stay on track
Sid.
here, Sid.
Sid, stop it.
But anyway, what he would do is he would submit two different copies. One that would meet the comic book code, and then the day before printing, he would hand in his actual one, which is the one that got released. And eventually, at this point, they were looking at reforming the comic books, and they went, "Yeah, fuck it, let's just trash it. It's outdated."
Mm.
So anyway, back to Batman. Adam West definitely played it very campy, but the comics at the time were along that level. Like,
true, there is something wonderful about Batman 66. Not that we
there
called it Batman
definitely
66
is.
back
Even
then.
now, I think even now, looking back at the Adam West Batman, if you take it for what it was, a product of its time, it works. It's a goofy, fun show with and I learned this recently, the onomatopoeias when he's punching.
Oh,
That's what it's called when it pops
bang.
up on the screen. That's called an onomatopoeia, apparently.
Yeah.
I found that out recently.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That did make me laugh though. But they sort of got to about the third series, and you started saying, "Oof!" It's like, wow, they've really stopped trying.
I can't remember what cartoon it was, but there was a show that parodied it.
Oh, hold on. We have had word from the adjudicator. You've been corrected. It is a word that sounds like it's spelt. It is a word. There you go. So that's what it is. And she's in. Don't say poof. Don't say poof.
Poof is in disappear.
Well, right, I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, carry on.
I'm 23.
Sorry. But I can't remember what cartoon it was I was watching, but they parodied that whole Batman thing.
I swear, one day I saw them come up with wank.
Tangent. Captain America was the first one to do that. When he'd throw his shield, the ricochet noise would say wank.
Bless the Americans. They don't know.
Anyway, a cartoon that parodied it, and there was this one bit where it's like they punch a bad guy, and it's like biff, punch another one, kapow, and then the bad guy jumps, hits the floor, but misses the target, and it just comes up across the screen, miss.
Yeah.
I was like, they should have done that as a one-off in the 66 Batman show, because that would have been throws a batarang, missed. Oh shit.
Yeah, damn it.
And the Bat 2C, we can't forget that. But okay, refocusing, Batman 66, the theme tune. Let's talk about what we loved about the show, the theme tune, even now. Batman.
Oh.
But the minute someone says Batman, that theme tune hits your brain. People of a certain age group, anyway. Anyone younger than us, it tends to get lower down. They think more Tim Burton type stuff. But we'll get there. We'll get to the Tim Burton.
We'll get there. Don't worry, folks.
We're starting with what we can remember about Batman, because the fucker's over 80 years old. We ain't that old. I mean, some of us are older than others, but
yeah.
So go on then, guy. Batman 66, seeing as it's of your era.
I saw repeats in the 80s. I saw repeats in the 80s, you cheeky demon.
To be honest, so did I.
Yeah, see.
Good game.
No, I mean, I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, I always loved the gag where it was like they're climbing up the rope up the building. It's actually that way, and
So yeah,
you start getting like famous people popping their heads out of the windows.
yeah, yes, I do remember. Here we go.
Tony
For,
Davis Jr. did that once. It's great.
for us British people, right, I do remember that being skitted on, showing my age here, the Russ Abbott show.
Well, you do like a party with a happy atmosphere, don't you?
Let
Just
that
saying.
one, let that one slide. But yes, I remember seeing on an episode. He back in the 90s, there was a comedy sketch show by this comedian called Russ Abbott, and they
It
were
was the
parodying the
80s, dear.
Batman one, where
It
it's
was the fucking
climbing.
80s.
It was late 80s, early 90s. I remember it in the
It
90s.
wasn't. It was the 80s.
Anyway, continuing,
No,
I remember seeing, the actors make it look like they're climbing up the wall. And then, as a outtake, you see the guy sweeping the floor behind the wall. He's like,
What?
that was pretty much the reaction of the people climbing up the wall. They're like, what? Because they had the camera set up so it looked like he was actually climbing, and all of a sudden there's just this guy going down the side of the building.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah. Anyway, tangent done. Continue.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. So you got that. I think you got some iconic versions of the villain as well. I mean,
Mm,
Caesar Romero, Joker, brilliant. Woo! With Batman in the Point London.
actually, trivia. He actually flat out refused to shave his mustache off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like
Caesar won't get rid of the
it was
stash.
his signature thing.
He's proud
He flat out
Latino.
just did the makeup over it, and I love how now the action figures that come out of that version of the Joker actually have the little mustache
Yeah.
lines sculpted.
Powdered tash.
Yeah, it's just like you can see that it's there, but it's painted white with the face paint, so it's just ever so subtle. And I'm like, attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank Gorshin, Riddler, brilliant.
I
Again.
was just about to say, to this day, that is my favorite version of the Riddler.
Mm.
To
Yeah,
this day,
definitely.
I think
And
Jim
me.
Carrey, as good as you did in Batman Forever, you were one of the more entertaining parts of Batman Forever. But for me, as you just said, the '66
Yeah.
Riddler is just that
Well,
laugh.
apparently,
It's that laugh.
yeah.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Right, let's take a little step forward in time now with our Batman knowledge over here.
Oh, that'll take us to 1989 then.
That would, I think, as big as Batman was on the small screen and the
Mm.
comic book panel, 89 Batman with directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton and Kim Basinger.
Yes, and Jack Nicholson.
And Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I think this really did propel Batman to that point of
Mm.
everyone, even people who didn't even read comics, now knows who Batman is thanks to
Yeah.
that film. In my opinion, it was
brilliant.
it got lambasted at the time though before it came out, because when Michael Keaton was cast, trivia time again, the studio got loads and loads of complaint letters basically saying, look, why are you casting a comedy actor for such a serious character? And it paid off. In my opinion, it paid off. He got the division of the character spot on, and I'm so glad he's coming back.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because no one said shit until it was announced he was coming back, and then all of a sudden everyone's going, "Oh, he's my favorite Batman. He's my favorite."
Oh no, he's always been
bandwagon jumpers
on the big screen. He's always been my favorite Batman, closely followed by the Bale Batman. Purely because it was a new Batman for a new generation. I got it. And shout outs to Affleck's Batman, because he for me was the older, grittier Dark Knight Returns Batman. The Batman who is like, I'm not gonna kill you outright, but I'm gonna injure you to the point where you will die from those injuries.
Yeah.
He was that kind of Batman.
Oh, I think we got to talk about the Dark Knight Returns at some point.
We will. We will. We'll cover that in its own episode, I think, because it's a landmark
Yeah,
and it's
Frank
Frank
Miller.
Miller. We'll do a Frank Miller episode.
Frank Miller.
Good old Frankie boy. Anyway, Batman 89, when it came out, it was everywhere.
It was fucking ace. Best Batmobile
Best Batmobile to
ever.
date. To date. Because
It's not going to get better.
more years in him yet. There's plenty more incarnations of the Batmobile to see, but I think that is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, recently announced toy news, everybody, on a toy-related channel. How coincidental! McFarlane Toys are actually bringing out for the new Flash movie, the 89 Batmobile. With an 89 Batman figure that you can fit in it.
Nice.
You don't want to know how much it is, though.
Mm.
You remember when we went to Comic Con and we saw that Skywarp, the master, not the Thundercracker,
Oh, the masterpiece.
Thundercracker you really, really wanted?
Mm-hmm.
That masterpiece was cheaper than the Batmobile. Yeah, it's out of your price range, but they are bringing one out. So,
Toy companies, fuck you. There's a cost of living crisis. Fucking sort your shit out. Jesus Christ. And that PSA was brought to you by No Nonsense JP.
Yes, any complaints or inquiries, please deliver them to wedon'tgiveafuck.com.
/ fuck you.
Anyway, continue nicely. 89 Batman for me was, I think,
That's great.
West Batman, it really was that step into the literal Dark Knight part of Batman.
Yeah.
And then quickly followed on by that, we had the animated series and the sequel, Batman Returns.
Yes. I didn't enjoy the sequel as much as the original, but I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it.
To be honest, when it comes to the first two in particular, the Michael Keaton films, I don't know what it was between films, but Batman seemed to lose his edge a little bit in the second one.
Yes, because he was wonderful.
Yeah, I know, but I will say the most enjoyable part of Batman Returns for me is Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
And his rubber ducks.
It was just how sinister he played the character. Like, he was so coming out with these almost comical lines, but in a really sinister, creepy way. And that's my kind of thing. I really do dig that with the character. Like when they're kind of quite happy and stab you in the eye. That kind of, the Laffy Daffy, fuck you up type character. And that to me was how the Penguin should have been.
Yeah.
He's got he sails around on a giant plastic rubber duck looking thing, shooting people with machine gun umbrellas. Of course, the guy's going to be funny but sinister at the same goddamn time. You know what I mean?
I do.
And how can we forget the wonderful, beautiful, incredibly fucking talented Michelle Pfeiffer as Selena Kyle / Catwoman?
Yes.
I think many the sexual awakening for a young boy that saw Batman Returns.
Oh, I'd already been awakened at that.
For me,
by Barbara
does
Windsor.
that cat suit come in my size? That was more my inkling with that film. But anyway, then we go. Batman Forever.
The downward spiral begins. But to be fair, Kilmer did a better job
than It's amazing what hindsight can bring, really, isn't it? At the time, though, when Forever came out, it was like, really? This guy? And then a couple of years later, we had George Clooney, and we were like, oh, bring back Kilmer, fuck me.
Yeah. Come on, let's face it. I mean, I actually quite like Batman Forever. You got Jim Carrey.
Like I said, for me, that was the most enjoyable part of Batman Forever, watching Jim Carrey.
You got Tommy Lee Jones, for fuck's sake.
See, I think he was miscast as Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones. I wouldn't have put him as Two-Face for me. That's just a personal choice. I think someone like Tommy Lee Jones, because he can be so subtle and so over the top. I would have liked to have seen him done. Okay, the CGI was definitely not there back in the 90s, but I would have loved to have seen him done something like Clayface.
Mm.
Because I love, I love the guy, right? And I think he's got a very, good, incredible range on him. And I think giving him someone like Clayface, he could have done that whole different range of, you know, acting styles because that's who Clayface was. He was an actor that became a supervillain.
Yeah,
We're getting ahead of ourselves here. There's things we'd like to see in the next
we
one.
are. Yeah, yeah. But no, you got a couple of great songs off the soundtrack for Batman Forever.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
Kiss from
too,
a
with
Rose.
Kiss from a Rose by Seal and Hold Me Through Me, Kiss Me Kill Me by you too.
Yes, that is another good one. Yes, I will admit that.
That's a fucking good thing they ever did.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we get to Shatman and Robin.
This is the only film that I've ever walked out of the cinema.
I don't blame you. If I'd been, unfortunately, I'd say unfortunately, more like very fortunately, I didn't get to see this one at the cinema. And I'm fucking thankful for that because seeing
Yeah.
that abomination of a film on a big screen I would have left the franchise forever. Not have come back to it.
I mean, there was things that were bugging me already, like nipples on his armor, fucking nipples, for God's sake. But it's when he whipped out the back credit card, I'm like, I'm out, I'm done. I was with a couple of mates, I'm like, look, I'm going to the pub, I'll see you, come meet me.
See, I will ever so slightly defend the nipples on the armor because later on after the film was released, Joel Schumacher actually did an interview when he was asked that question, why did you put nipples on the armor? And he said, given the whole, aesthetic the film had going on around it, like, the background sets and all that kind of stuff, it was like almost like a neo-Gothic Roman kind of thing going on. So he wanted the chest armor to resemble like Centurion armor. And they had nipples on chest plates and things like that. So that's what he was trying to emulate. It failed epically, but you can, when he explains it like that, it's like, oh right, well I see what you were doing. You fucked it up, but I saw what you were trying. So
well, he's trying to defend against the dreaded purple nurple there.
yeah, exactly. They could, I suppose, they could have worked it into like the suit or something, like it's tasers.
That's a bit Austin Powersy.
Given some of the shit they went on, rubber lips to kiss Poison Ivy.
No.
If they could have done rubber lips to prevent a poison kiss, I'm sure as shit that one of them could have had taser nipples. I'm sorry, they could have. I'm gonna petition DC now. Give Batman taser nipples in one of his suits, just for a backup.
Oh, lordy.
I've lost it. Lost the fucking plot. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My brain seems to be suffering technical difficulties.
Yes, it's called carry-on-itis.
Oh, a lovely pair.
Not off. Cool. Sorry. Because I will riff on carry-onisms. Which needs to be a future episode.
Yeah, well, maybe. Anyway, right, back to
Sorry.
Batman, everybody. Right, and then we took a bit of a break from the franchise because Batman and Robin was so fucking disastrous.
Yeah.
And then it came back. I mean, I know we're not talking much about the comic books here in Batman, but
there's only so much time.
Yeah, there's only so much time, and Batman is one of those characters that stories even nowadays do callbacks to stuff from like 30, 40, 50 fucking years ago. Or it's rehashings of stories that have already been told. So if we sit here going over every fucking storyline that has ever been done in any Batman comic, we would literally be here until we start filming the next episode. So I think we'll just do some shout outs. Like we said, The Dark Knight Returns is an absolute
Yes.
amazing storyline. If you've not read it, why not? Go and do it now.
We'll wait.
My personal favorites is Hush and The Killing Joke. I like those two. Those two
Yeah,
together.
Killing Joke's brilliant.
Yeah. But
Judgment on Gotham.
and Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah.
That's another good one. I do like that one.
Oh, and Arkham Asylum.
Well, anything based on Arkham really is pretty fucking good. I mean, the games. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Don't worry. We'll save them for a gaming episode. Sorry.
Sorry, it's my fault, folks. I'll do
What? I'm sorry.
it.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so back to the films.
yes. So we did have a break, and Jesus Christ, it was needed. But Jesus Christ, what a return to form! Oh my life, people.
Yeah. Batman Begins
Bye.
by Nolan, Christopher Nolan, starring
Oh, the Nolan back.
the Nolan, the Nolan. Bad guy, the Nolan. Anyway, Christopher Nolan, yeah, the Nolan trilogy is very, very good. It started kind of quiet, really, for me. Like you always expect Batman to start with a bang or something big happening, but no, it starts very like plods along, but it tells a very good story, and it shows that it doesn't need to be big action spectacle and world-ending threats. It can just be a guy trying to save his city.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And you get Cillian Murphy in a scarecrow mask, and we all know that.
Well, yeah. And Cillian Murphy's a bloody good actor. Jesus Christ.
He's hot.
No, he's not my type, but
I know he's not your type. My type, though.
you know, fair enough.
He's not your type, but he's my type, and I'm everybody's type. She says coyly. Sorry, losing track of everything here.
Anyway, sorry.
Continuing.
Yeah, trying to compute. Hard to do that when I'm empty, though.
Yeah, I can drink right now. Anyway, yeah, so the Nolan trilogy going on to The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, wow. What can we say?
Heath Ledger, Joker, forever is all I can say about that film. I can't watch it because of how good his performance is, and I know that it was his last.
Yeah.
And it makes me cry every time at the end of it. And I'm crying for the bad guy, but I'm crying for the actor because that's the big thing that come out of that film. And this may be sacrilegious to say, but I've said kind of a similar thing about The Crow. Is that if there wasn't the actor's death that played the part in the film connected to it, would it be as big as it is?
The Crow? Yes, I think it would.
Yeah.
If he'd have survived, I think, I think it would be as big as it is.
Yeah. What about with the Ledger Joker? I think I may have done.
Agree. Yeah, I think it still would be huge.
Yeah. I don't think it would be as big as it became, but I think it still would have done well enough to justify the third one. Like box office wise and all that shit.
Yeah, it's a shit of it.
It is. It's
irrelevant
very well paced as well. Very well paced. Like you're always.
Yeah, it's a brilliant piece of storytelling.
It is. It really is. And the whole Joker thing, like, do I look like someone with a plan? Yes. Yes, you fucking do.
Yeah, you actually do. So,
you plan this shit down to the finest fucking detail, and that's what we love about the Joker. It all seems like it's just random chaos, but it's not. And that's what Heath Ledger really did bring across with this Joker. Is you all think it's just the Joker doing their thing, causing chaos to get attention. No, there's a bigger scheme going on behind it all. I mean, some of the greatest storylines in the comic books have been exactly that. Joker looking like they have no plan. Turns out that is the plan.
Yeah. And then we come on to the last
Yep.
one of the trilogy.
Yes, the very last one.
No, yeah. This one's the Dark Knight Rises. You said
Oh,
the
yeah,
other.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Now the Dark Knight
Dark
Rises.
Knight Rises. Yeah, sorry, I had them backwards.
It's not
When
the
you
only
make
thing
me
you had
feel
back.
so bloody similarly, of course I'm going to fuck up once in a while. But yeah, I did like the third one, apart from the ending. They screwed the ending, in my opinion. Like, the rest of
No.
it was really good.
Yeah, I know, but it's really dark, so why not have a happy ending?
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean with they screwed the ending is the whole, Bane's not the big bad guy. It's actually Talia al Ghul, and it's like, okay, nice callback, nice reference to the character, to the comics and everything. But no, I didn't buy it. I just didn't buy it.
Hmm.
Considering the powerhouse that Bane is in the comic books, he's very, very rarely been somebody's henchman.
Hmm.
He's always been the one. Okay, yeah, he's a hired mercenary, but like, breaking Batman's back and all that kind of stuff. These should have been massive, iconic moments that were like huge, and they kind of fell a little flat for me by the third one. It just,
I mean, Bane's not getting any love. Oh,
no.
oh dear.
And you would have thought with
Poor
the
old
mask
Bane.
appreciation, I'd love. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom Hardy in that mask is. But I just think that turning him into literally by the end of the film, oh, Bane's just a henchman. I'm like, really? Like,
Oh
really?
no, he's more of a love interest, really,
Well,
isn't he?
love interest, henchman. See what I mean? Even we can't define what he was by the end of the
Mm.
film. He's this massive, imposing force when he comes into the film, and by the end of it, he's just henchman number two, love interest number one. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
And I think that detracted from the character. That's my personal thing. Don't hate me, internet, for not loving a film that everybody loves.
Comments.
Yeah, get in the comments and tell me how much of a cunt I am for not liking the third Batman film because it's a masterpiece of movie making. Fuck you. That's all I can say.
There you go, folks.
My Inner Demon is really coming out today, and if you don't like it, unsubscribe. See ya. Bye.
Inner? What do you mean inner?
Well, inner, outer, all over, baby.
Take it all about it.
Roll. Calm down, Violet. It's only a commercial.
Exactly there. Jesus.
Anyway, moving on with Batman.
Mm.
Slight break
Again.
again. While we're on this, right, talking about these Batman movies, right, we
Yeah.
have gone through 6 Batman films at this point. 7 if you count the 66 Batman movie. But
Yeah, we're counting it.
yeah, we're counting it kind of. So we're going to do 7, right?
No, we're counting it.
We're now in 2023. Can we please, every time there's a Batman movie, please, whoever owns the rights, whoever's making these films, the director, the writers,
Yeah.
everybody, can you please do one favor just for little old Miss Violet Impulse over here in the corner? Could you please do me one big favor? Stop telling his fucking parents getting killed every goddamn fucking time you make a new fucking adaptation of the fucking same shit.
This round was brought to you by Violet Temples.
At this point, no, I am sick of every film telling us
Yeah.
why he wants to become Batman. We know.
We don't need the origin every time, folks. We don't.
Marvel learned that with Spider-Man, and look how fucking successful those 3 films on their own were.
Exactly,
without
yeah.
filming each 3 films with a 30-minute of, oh, this is how Uncle Ben died. Fuck off. We don't need to know. Give us the character, give us the gadgets, give us the car, give us the Joker, let them punch each other, and let's have fun. Please. Oh, Hearing the
It's true.
Batman.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
don't need an origin. We don't need an origin every time.
no,
We're not thick.
no, not for a character that's been around for 80 years and it's been told in
Again.
and I literally mean every movie, even in the Michael Keaton movies, they bring it up. Like in
Mm.
the first one, okay, we get it. It was the first big film. Tell us, we need to know. The second one, they make references to it. The third one, they make references to it. They even show parts of the fucking funeral in Batman Forever.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like literally every Batman movie has to bring us, you know, my parents like, yeah, Bruce, shut up. Go to therapy, like the rest of us. Get over it.
Yeah, but if he'd have gone to therapy, we wouldn't have Batman.
I know,
We'd have
but
a
like,
wishy-washy Bruce Wayne in touch with his feelings.
yeah, it's just the way they
Mm.
keep banging on and on and on and on and on about it, the way his parents got killed, and that's what made him Batman. It's like that.
Mm.
It's like that one drunk friend who, 20 years after they got punched in the face by somebody famous, still tells you that story.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we know. We were there. We saw it. Anyway, rant over.
he can't.
To lighten the mood, let's talk about Batman the Animated Series that a certain someone on this channel still needs to watch. You're a silly random man.
Mm.
You're throwing it right back at you now, honey.
Handbag.
I'll go get mine. Hold on.
I borrowed my wife.
Anyway, Batman the Animated Series, we have to talk about this because we did very recently lose the man,
We
the
did, yeah.
legend, Kevin Conroy. Now, for me, I have two Batmen in my life. Sounds odd. But like for me,
Well, at the same time,
I always not at the same time though.
you wish.
Only on the weekends if I'm lucky. I have to pay extra for that too.
Spit roasted demon.
That's the dynamic duo that is.
Oh,
Anyway, we lost Kevin Conroy, who for me, when it comes to voicing Batman, whether it's video games, animation, anything like that, the minute I hear his voice, doesn't matter what else it is, I hear Batman.
mm.
When I see a drawing, I mean, I'm looking at a picture of Batman here on my second screen right now, and I'm hearing Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah.
Because for me, he is my Batman.
Well,
Him,
he's a lot of people's Batman because he came at a time in a
with
lot.
boom, yeah.
So, if you wanted Batman in action, not on drawn pages, that's where you went.
Yeah, the cartoons. I said the cartoons, the video games, all that kind of stuff. He did the voice. Him and Mark Hamill doing the
Oh,
Joker.
wow.
Yeah. Mark Hamill has actually said in an interview that he doesn't think he'll do the Joker anymore
Mm.
because without
Amazing.
Kevin, it's
Yeah.
the same. Like, yeah, okay, he's played opposite other people as
Mm.
Batman before it occasionally. But I honestly think him and Kevin Conroy had the best dynamic and the best chemistry between the two of them.
Yeah.
And it just worked. So
Well, that's the thing. I mean, from playing the Arkham Knight games, for me, I mean, Kevin Conroy's an iconic Batman.
he
And
brought
so Mark Hamill and Cesar Romero for me are the joke.
yeah, Mark Hamill and Cesar Romero for the Joker, definitely. Those two are worthy picks.
Not, not dissing Jack Nicholson, not dissing Heath Ledger at all, but Jesus.
Or Joaquin Phoenix's take on the Joker.
I've
My
not
personal favourites.
watched it because I don't know. It's just
Oh, you have to watch it. It is really good, honestly. I went into it thinking, Joker don't need an origin story. He doesn't really need one. But
no.
when you watch the film and when it gets to the end, you kind of go, that's my Joker. That's the Joker I remember. And you can see what drove him to it. And given the way things are in the world at the moment,
Mm.
it could happen. Some nutcase could lose it and start wearing a mask and running around attacking people. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
Catch me after I've had some wine. You'll see.
Mm.
But no, honestly, it really does push the boundary of like, wow, this is it's a bit intense, but it is very good. Honestly, check it out. It's very, very good.
Oh, give it a go.
And then, of course, we move along, stepping slightly further forward in time. We've done the animated series. We've done all the movies we can do up to this point, apart from the
Right.
animated ones. But there's so many animated ones, like the comic books, we could not cover them all.
No.
You know, Batman could really be a two-parter episode, I suppose, but we're not going to do
Mhm.
that. We've got plans for next week.
Yeah.
Then we move up to the most recent Batman movie. I've still not seen it,
Nor have I.
so we can't.
There is just. I've seen the trailer.
We came into this prepared, didn't we? Oh, latest film. Let's talk about that. We've not fucking seen it. Screw you.
No, we're going nothing. No, I watched the trailer and I'm just sort of like,
See, right, I've had this debate with many, many people about it. I refused to watch it when it was first coming out because of the lead, the guy playing Batman. Can't even bring myself to say his name, right?
Joe. I said it.
Robert Twattinson, that guy, right?
Mm.
I don't like the guy as an actor based on what I've seen, right? Because I had people be like, oh, he was good in this film and he was good in that film. It's like, well, I've not seen those films, so I can't judge.
I'm not watching films about wussy vampires.
Exactly. Vampires do not sparkle. They turn into dust, and that's it. No sparky sparkle. No sparky no glittery vampires here, thank you. Anyway, sidetracking there. But no, the minute he was announced as playing Batman, I was like, do you know what? He could probably make a good Bruce Wayne because he's got that swaggery, twattish attitude about him.
Mm.
I think I'll make a very good Batman. And I used to make the joke all the way through it, like, oh look, it's the it's the Elseworld story, Bland Man.
Yeah.
Because everything I've seen him in, his acting is very fucking wooden.
Mm.
And again, I had a couple of my friends going, oh, well, watch him in this film. He's really good in that. I was like, well, no. One, that kind of film doesn't interest me. Two, I've seen clips. I don't like his acting in it.
Mm.
So that's what's put me off. When it comes onto the streaming services and things like that, sure, I'll check it out. Am I going to go and spend my money on the DVD and the Blu-ray? Hell no.
No.
Just because
I could pop it on the Sky and watch it. I'm just not.
don't get me wrong. Hands up.
It.
I've heard very, very good things about it. I've heard that Colin Farrell as the Penguin is very good to the point he's even getting his own spin-off movie.
Mm.
I've heard that Patterson does play a believable Batman, as in you believe that this is someone who is so mentally damaged that they would put on a bat costume going around beating people up.
Mm.
Okay. I remain to be, persuaded that he's good as Batman. But I've also heard that it's incredibly fucking long, and there's certain sections in it where you are just like waiting for something to happen. And I'm like, okay, it's one of those films.
What is it? Just in the modern era with films being long. Remember when we used to watch a film that was like an hour and a half?
Yeah. I've had this conversation with many a people, right? And they're saying, oh, like it was when Stranger Things, the last season of Stranger Things come out, and people complaining that the episodes were basically as long as movies because they were like 2-3 hours long. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Back in my day, a feature-length episode of a TV show was an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a feature film back then was at a minimum 90 minutes. Some went a little bit over. Some films did push it up to the 2 hour mark. But
I shouldn't need to be in the cinema needing a piss and a smoke.
that is the problem I have with a lot of films nowadays. It's why I don't like going to the cinema nowadays. Is when you're a smoker like myself, and you are sat in one spot for 3 and a bit hours.
Yeah.
You get more and more uncomfortable as the time goes on because your nicotine level's coming down. Your ass is going fucking numb. Your elbow's going numb from the plastic fucking elbow support thing that you can only use one of because the person next to you needs their one. Your back's all fucking contorted. And if you've got one close to the screen, you've got a fucking neck ache. You're not as invested in the film.
No. This is why I've stopped going to the cinema. That and the just ridiculous amount of waiting at the start.
And how much it costs as well. Crap.
Oh, fucking Christ, yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus.
last time I took my daughter to the cinema, we went to see Spider-Man No Way Home.
Was that the third?
That's the third one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I went to the cinema.
For us to get in and buy a drink cost me nearly 30 fucking quid for two people.
Mhm.
If you're going with like a family of four,
Yeah, exactly.
just
What the fuck?
yeah, it's
And
ridiculous.
this is not including popcorn.
Popcorn, drinks, sweets, snacks, all that shit. It's day out at the cinema now is like going on fucking holiday to Spain for a week. In
Exactly.
fact, you could probably go to holiday to Spain for a week with cheap flights for less than it would take you to take four kids to the cinema nowadays.
Hmm.
Just saying, just putting it out there, people, just so you fucking know.
Yep.
But yeah, that kind of brings us pretty much up to date with Batman-y type related media.
Yep.
What are your hopes for the future, Guy? I really want to see a Batman Beyond live action movie with Michael Keaton playing the older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I go with that. I
I
definitely
would
agree with that.
I would look. Well, apparently that was what it was rumored to be back when he was first approached to appear in the Flash. It was supposed to be like, oh, he's popped
Mm.
up in the Flash, but it's going to be a like glimpse at what Batman's future holds, kind of thing. And I was like,
Mm.
well, if they're going to spin it off that way, great. Because a lot of fans thought the same thing. And the minute it was like, oh, Michael Keaton's coming back to play Batman, it's like, oh, Batman Beyond. And no, it's a cameo pop up thing in the Flash. But
Mm.
we never know. Let's see how.
Yeah, but then you see the trailer.
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about the Flash because there's a lot of controversy surrounding it with Ezra Miller, but we're not going to get into that.
Well, that's Ezra Miller's problem.
That's getting pushed off the screen. I'm pushing it your way. There you go. You can deal with that shit.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So for the future, I'd like to see Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I'd like to see Batman Beyond. I wouldn't mind seeing Christian Bale.
Yeah, I'd like to see him come back.
Because I think he could also do an older Batman with the gravitas.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he could pull that off.
Well, it made it very clear that he's still alive at the end of the Nolan film. So, and if they're doing the whole Flash going across different realities thing,
Hmm.
there's a possibility he could come back. We don't know. There's
Yeah.
this whole thing with the multiverse and Marvel and DC at the minute, both trying to do the same thing but doing it very differently. So
So who's your Batman?
for the future,
No, who's your Batman?
my number
Your
one
like,
Batman.
who's your Bond? Who is your Doctor? Yada yada.
Well, my number one Batman, right? And I have to make this a tie. I have to make it a tie because I cannot pick number one, right? Live action, Keaton.
Mm,
You know,
agreed.
it's the first real, apart from the other ones. I liked the TV show, but when the film came out, it was much more darker and much more serious, I fell in love with it. And it was Tim Burton, and I fucking love Tim Burton. So for me,
Yeah.
live action, it's Keaton all the way. And voice, like I said earlier, voice
Ken
acting,
Conroy.
Kevin
Mm.
Conroy, hands down, is the DCAU, which is DC Animated Universe, for those of you who might not know. He is that version of Batman for me. He is, for me, every time he plays Batman in one of the animated shows, I like to think in my head canon, that's the same Batman as the one we just watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yours? Who would your Batman be?
I have to agree. I'm going Keaton.
See, we do agree occasionally.
Very occasionally.
Very, very rarely, people. You watch next week, we'll be at each other's throats. And coming in season 3, everybody. Gargoyles extended episode special. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna clockwork orange your eyes open and make you watch it.
I'm going to be unfortunately unavailable that week, and you'll have to have a guest.
You don't know when that week is.
Yes, I do. You told me.
No, I didn't.
I'm on tour.
That's all right. I'll do it live from the stage with you. Anyway, right then. I think that's pretty much it because we are coming up on the hour.
Oh,
people.
hold on. You are a demon that does love her toys.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any toys growing up?
I had a crap ton of the Kenner Batmans.
Nice.
From the Batman animated series. I had the Batmobile, I had
Mm.
Arctic Batman, a Deep Sea Batman, an Electric Batman.
Oh yes, because they milk that shit.
Well, I mean, let's face it, Batman doing an action figure line, you literally just need the one toy and multiple fucking colors and
Mhm.
accessories. That's all you need to do. You got the one base figure, you can crank it out in any fucking color, and kids will fucking buy it. Give it a
They'll
silver
feel
Thor
no
and call it
crap.
Foresight Batman or something. Yeah, I had a lot of the toys, a lot of the
Mm.
Batmans. I even had some of the film ones. I had the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman,
Mm.
original Kenner toy line back in the day.
I had the 66 Batmobile.
A lot of people had that. You can get one of those from McFarlane for about 40 or 50 quid. It's scale, right? They McFarlane actually completely forgot to mention this, going back to 66 Batman, have done a whole range of 66 Batman figures,
Mm.
and they've now just brought out the Batcave playset.
Oh, that's
I think when you get off of this episode, guy, I think you really need to get on Google and just type in DC McFarlane 66 Batman, and
oh, I shall.
they've got the Cesar Romero, they've got the Riddler, they've got Catwoman, they've got Batman and Robin. Just recently, they brought out King Sphinx. They've just
Oh
recently
yeah.
brought him out. There's a Mr. Freeze coming out soon, I do believe.
Oh god, that's something we didn't mention, isn't it?
Yeah, less we say about the Mr. Freeze from the films.
Arnold.
Literally every word was a fucking ice pun. I mean,
Ice to
I know Arnie's
Steve.
known for his one-liners, but literally, like, I think all of the one-liners that he would ever use in his entire career got dumped into Batman and Robin.
Mm. Ice to he got a million per line of dialogue. And he had 18 lines.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he earned that money.
What's my motivation? Noodles of cash? That'll do.
You're a cold dude who freezes things, and you get in a million quid per line. Okay, then. I still see you.
It's a cold town. Zanussi.
Dinosaurs! The Ice Age!
Chest freezer. Oh, Arnie, you're not trying now. The appliance of science. Oh, she's gone. I've got her, folks.
Broken now. Fucking Arnie with his ice puns.
But anyway, one last tangent there, folks.
One last tangent before the night is over.
Yes, indeed.
But yes, moving forward, we would definitely like to see some newer things from Batman. I'd love to see Clayface done as a villain. With today's CG, I think they could do it very, very well.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
give it a bit of a twist for your cameos. There you go, Clayface. You can have a long line of cameos as he's trying to escape from people, just morphing into different celebrities and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you could have like Kevin Smith.
That would be epic. Or go full meta. Clayface morphs into Kevin Smith and then bumps into Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Because that would just be a Kevin Smith thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. But, he is a huge Batman fan. He's
Yeah, I
cute.
mean, let's face it, Clayface is an amorphous blob of clay. So, I mean, already they classify as one of the Kardashians.
Exactly. There you go. Brilliant.
Sorry, I had to get that sting in there, everybody. With
Zing.
the Kardashians, screw the Kardashians. I'm not really on that bag on. I couldn't give a fuck.
No.
Anyway, this has been our Batman episode where we've just rambled on about the films mainly. Occasional bits of trivia here.
Oh,
Yeah, bath, boom,
Zip.
pow. Cheers. That's right, that's a different type of Batman show.
Hmm.
No, I'm not going to tell that story.
No.
I had a story pop up in my head, and I was like, "No, you can't tell that one."
No.
No, I'll tell you that after. I'll tell you when we get off camera, though.
Ah, cool.
It'll make you fucking giggle. But anyway, I have
We
been...
should be going.
Right. Good night, everybody.
Blah, 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 blah.
Fucking, I'm gonna slap you like Batman slaps Alfred. I swear to God.
Yeah, but Alfred likes it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, again, Master Wayne, harder this time. Use the paddle.
Shall I get the spike belt, sir?
Yes, very droll, sir. Shall I get the guillotine? And okay. Anyway, trying to do my fucking sign off here, guy.
Sorry.
Right. I have been the wonderful Miss Violet Impulse. Remember, my sweet tortured souls, if you can't be good, be twisted. Don't get mad, baby. Get sadistic, and I shall catch you next time. Guy?
I've been random JB. Just being random JB.
Yeah, just get my sausage roll. He's happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, good night, everyone, and we shall catch you next time. Mwah.
Take it easy. Bye bye.
Have such sights to show you.
Get away from her, you bitch!
What a plonker!
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.